Are we live? Let me check. Ooh, punctual. Yes. Are we on? Yes. Hello, everybody. One more. Yeah, live. Yeah. Sorry. 3 days. After 3 days, I'm here, trying to stream, learning some, doing some. I have a little suggestions, and I'm willing to imply in the stream, and a little bit music in background wouldn't hurt, I think. And yeah, headline can be misleading, or it appears to misleading and clickbaity, but not exactly that. I try to learn how can create things, how can communicate, how can be good, better streamer. I'm not an economist. These are not financial advice. Do your own research. This is my hobby. I like it. I do what I like. I like what I do, mostly. Here's some headlines. I'm going to get specific and technical details at last. Ending, closing to ending. We'll get there. Yeah, 11.1% of active credit cards accounts are now only making the minimum payment, the most in history. This is bad news. Bad news continuing to happens and gets closer and closer to us. That means people have to pay their minimum of their credit cards, because credit cards widely known as consuming instrument, so widely used by consumers and public, not businesses. Businesses of course uses credit cards, but these are not the issue here. Very concerning levels, but all the volatility in here. Actually, I can switch. I often see a volatility index in my old streams. Like, I don't do much looking in VIX daily, but interesting times. We see ups and downs very harshly, very dramatic. So yeah, Americans now expect inflation to soar to over 6% within the next year, the highest reading in 44 years. These indicators cause extreme fear. We discussed earlier in my streams, and US administration causes that uncertainty on purpose. They're trying to do something. They're trying to get a deal. They will negotiate mainly with China, because US sees the China is the main competitor in global trade, so trade wars continues after get a solid deal. It must happen because small businesses are collapsing, bankruptcies increasing, bankruptcy level is increasing. That's not nice. But whenever deals get done, finally over, all the recession headlines and these kind of uncertainty levels, fear levels will be passed quickly. I believe that. This memes I like. Yeah, it's like back in my college days, I prepare my thesis and study design groups. We study like plan startup from scratch because of my chemical engineering background. These were fun times, but exhausting also. And whenever we updated the Excel in our study, we name the Excel like new updated file, latest, newest, going on. Cool. China says it will ignore US if it keeps imposing tariffs. One side will be break, and this is whole another uncertainty. War is not good, not real one, not financial one, not at all, not personal. Hate and war is couldn't be that easily. These are worst things, and we embrace the situation cautious. So April 11th post going. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says we are very close to, if not already, in a recession. Whenever big boys says some dramatic things, I don't know, a banker, politician, it tends to be the other side. They say some we go in a recession. So many times recession word repeatedly talking over and over again, and so there is no recession because there is a recession is already priced in. More and more people expect recession, so they prepare. This is some kind of dilemma. I think these are good things because extreme fear and extreme greed levels in anything could be disruptive. So repeat the words. Yeah, recession coming. Yeah, keep going on. And some ex users say Larry Fink also called a recession back in January 2023. Like these levels we are probably high probability going recession, and goes like 13900s to 660 levels, a lot, 60%. So as you can see, no one can know the things that actually going. Even you, whomever think you the most powerful person, they cannot control. Larry Fink controls $11 trillion in its company, and he can also, and its company also cannot decide where the market goes. So sometimes successful things, sometimes not. Yeah, uncertainty levels exceed the global pandemic area. And the United Kingdom's long-term borrowing cost just jumped to the highest level in 27 years. Borrowing costs soaring is bad. Credit card minimum payment levels things are bad. Treasury bills yields going up, it's bad. Whole global markets waits for one breakpoint. If it deal gets done quickly, it will improve and good things will be happen. But deal cannot be done and bad things can happen quickly. Market is in extreme fear. Yeah, when quote unquote when blood on streets, you should buy some, the famous sentence. Is this the level? I don't know. Be cautious. 42% of mortgage refinance applications are being rejected, the most in history. Maybe this chart doesn't show the 208 levels, but maybe even higher of that. Most in history, it says, even higher. And nothing catastrophic things happen so far. It's quite interesting because this tariff war is not a black swan. Everybody waits recession, everybody waits Trump and US administration causes market volatility. So much preparing to bad stuff. That's why no catastrophe we see. I think it's good thing, unless it's bad, unless black swans. What's black swan? It's zero expectancy of a breakpoint, like 2020 disease and mortgage crisis and dot-com bubble, Great Depression, etc., etc. Volatility index drops by more than 35%. It's the largest decline in history, and these posts were 10th of April, and ups and downs, like April 9, 35%, April 10, 25% increase, and yesterday 7.7% drops. These are not healthy, but fear has a lifetime, and these levels, these surging up, is representing a fear, most uncertainty. But pause news, and we are not gonna pause. We are up and down, and market get used to that. More and more people, like I said, expect recession, expect more volatility. Of course, they are in caution. Market is in caution, but we are at risky levels. Unless is a black swan event, an unexpected event occurs, and we go higher and higher in fear indexes. Yeah. These two actually is more technical, is about the headline. I will get there, and I'm going to simplify as much as possible, because it's the most important thing in right now, in volatility in markets, and trillions of dollars goes up, down. That represents some early birds make a lot of money. Some lucky, some insiders. 10th of April, before Trump announced a pause, there was a huge QQQ volume on a 460C expiring 17th April. What is the meaning? What is QQQ? QQQ is ETF. What is ETF? ETF is a pool, is a fund listed in stock market, and the QQQ represents Nasdaq's the biggest companies, Nasdaq's biggest companies, and its volume up before the pause announcement, and I think these levels, and the 460C represents is a call option. What is call option? Excuse me. Call option means have the right of 100 shares of stock or an ETF. One contract, one option contract, call option or put option. One call option contract represents owning a right of 100 shares of underlying stock or ETF. It's complicated, but I wanted to explain it as briefly as possible, because there is something wrong in here. an expiration date expiring in 17th of April. Expiration date, every option has a lifetime. Every assets, there's no lifetime. If you have a commodity like gold, silver, aluminium, etc., there is no expiration date. There is no, you got the commodity. If you have a stock, unless the company, unless the company goes bankrupt, you have a percentage of a company. There is no expiration. But options is a derivative instrument. It should be insurance policy, like a hedging instrument. It must protect from you to you from a volatility. But some cases they are not. They are just high leveraged profit machines, and I will get there. And they were bought for 85 cents and ran into as high as 31 per contract. Almost 35x. This was before any news. Later in the day it rallied 2000% in 10 minutes. Trader made millions. Why is this unusual? These are the reasons. Firstly, new opening volume on chain minutes after market open. Of course, they're prepared to buy, and volume was anticipating a move this big. If there is no expectation to go up in a underlying security, which is QQQ, which is Nasdaq, option prices are reasonable, relatively. All executions happened at once at ask. That means indexes options chain are highly liquid, highly volume traded, and millions of dollars changes hands in seconds. Not all stocks, but index options, you could do something. Wildly out of money, out of money, in of money, out of the money, in of the money. I open the QQQ right now. For example, you have $40 of QQQ, for example, and you buy $440 call options. You can buy it. Why? I can buy for $400 QQQ right now. Why should I buy for $40 in options? It doesn't make any sense, because 10% difference is here. But that means it is leverage. I will get there. That means contract price is relatively low, quite low. You can afford. until expiration date, you if you expect a price movement to 440 levels, you just gain just 3-5%. No, you gain like 100%, 200%. If you're right, yeah, you have good position. But if you're wrong, your contract price collapses and you have maybe 90% drop in your investment, and this is horrible. And options should not be a trading instrument, it should be hedge instrument. You need to hedge your portfolio, but you don't have to do this, by the way. You don't have to do this at all. Yeah, out of money causes you more leverage. I have $1,000 and I have a position myself for, I don't know, $100,000 position. Yeah. This is that. And lastly, we see what options are briefly. If you don't know it, you don't have to learn it, by the way. You don't have to learn it. You shouldn't learn it, because this is not a money gaining situation. This is unique things. Yeah, unique things. You should know some stuff. You should know your things. You should know your risk profile, etc. And lastly, April 9th, let me open the SPY chart. SPY is a S&P 500 index. 9, yes. This day, can you see it? Last Wednesday, April 9th. Historical increase of prices. 10.5% increase in one day. Just because Trump says we pause the tariff escalation. Just it is that. You see the price increase, right? This is S&P 500. We just witnessed Koray's letter. I like him. Koray's letter says, we just witnessed one of the largest intraday S&P 500 option trade gains in history. Exactly 4 hours ago, the S&P 500 ETF SPY 0 DTE calls with a 521 strike were trading at 1 cent. Okay, zoom out. We know S&P 500 ETF SPY. We see it. We see the price movement. Market opens at 493 levels. 493 levels. And 0 DTE means 0 day to expire. Previously I say every options has a lifetime. Every options has a lifetime. Meaning you have an option, you can buy and sell an option which has a 1 day of a lifetime. Imagine you have, for example, 1 Bitcoin. Tomorrow there is no Bitcoin. If you do your thing, unless unless you do your thing. What is the thing? You buy a call, 0 DTE call. You buy a call. Two things can happen. One, you can sell it to the market in same day, because when market closes in that day, your call is worthless. Second thing, exercise the call. What is the meaning? The meaning is 521 strike point times 100, because one contract equals 100 shares of SPY. That represent $52,100 of a purchase. SPY's price up and down. No, couldn't care less. I just option and I exercise it exact this price. If it's exceeds 521, good. If it's below, you're gone. You're in loss. So 1 cent of 0 DTE call option purchased, and in that moment, in this post is written trading at 14.58 per contract. Low to high gain of 145,700% in 4 hours. It is like nearly impossible to do this. Let me repeat. It is nearly impossible. You can trade it. You can profit. You can lose. But you have know something, or you have a position, really small position, and to do this, because you say to market today S&P 500 goes up so rapidly, so intensely, and we made a history today. I'm so confident. You say it when you buy this. It means if you had invested in $1,000 in calls 4 hours ago, you'd now have $1,488,000,000. It's just cannot be happen. Either if it's a luck, or you're an insider, you have information, which is illegal. You can't cheat the system. You shouldn't. Yeah. I hope I can explain these situations, and I don't want to encourage anyone to trade options, because when you are in wrong side, you are guaranteed lose money. Guaranteed. Like instantly you can lose, especially 0 DTE calls or puts. 0 DTE Just don't do it. That's my 2 cents. Yeah. Oh, half an hour. My first record. Thank you. I will be here soon. I hope you will be here soon.